In this lesson, I want to just go ahead and clean up some of our scene as well as some of our code. Now, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to rename this plane to be ground. It's always good to try to keep your names as specific as you can without being too lengthy. So I think that's good. That'll help us understand that a little better. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new empty object, and I'm going to rename this to be waypoint holder, and I'm going to go ahead and position it at 0, 0, 0, just so it's at the origin. It's not somewhere strange. And I'm going to go ahead and just child all of our waypoints to it. So I'm selecting these by just holding down Control and clicking on each of our waypoints. And then I'm going to drag them onto waypoint holder. And I can collapse that, and now see it's already getting a little bit of a cleaner view here in the hierarchy. So one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same sort of thing for our ramp over here. I'm going to make a empty object, and for this one I'm actually going to try positioning it at the position of this box here. So I'm going to have that selected. I'm going to go over to the transform component in the inspector, and I'm going to click on the little gear. I'm going to copy the component for the transform. So now if I select our new empty object, I can click on its gear on the transform component in the inspector, and I can paste component values, and now it'll be at the same location as that cube is. Now I'm going to right click and rename this one to be ramp, and I'm going to select our 3 cubes and drag and drop them onto the ramp. So cool, we have that as well now. And I think the rest of this is okay, except for right now, if I play, I'm going to get a lot of stuff down here in the console. I'm going to stop. But one thing I'm getting is that there are 2 audio listeners in the scene. Please ensure there is exactly 1 audio listener in the scene. So right now that's happening because there is our character, which has an audio listener right here. And there's also the thing that was in the scene when we first opened up the project. It's the main camera. It has an audio listener. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this main camera object. There we go. And this is much cleaner, much easier to understand what's going on here. So that's fine. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and comment out the code that's printing out all of these print statements here, because this is just making it very messy, and when I start trying to put out other print statements, this is going to make it hard to find our new stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and open up our enemy behavior script, and I'll just comment out that one line. And then we should have a much cleaner, more organized project, and this is good to go through every now and then and just make sure that everything is well organized and that there's not a lot of junk going on. So comment out that line, and you can see that this function is now just one line. So this could really just be a line in each of our other 2 functions, and that's probably a better way of doing it. But I just went ahead and separated it out here to make this whole script just more compartmentalized. So save this and go back here, let that compile, and if I run it, then we shouldn't really have anything pop up in the console. So we'll just double check that. So let's press play, and I go ahead and select the console, and we are not seeing anything come up in the console, so I think we are good. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.